Now, my next guest is Johanna Treacy. Johanna has compiled an interesting new book, Rescue Tales, Heartwarming Rescue Stories. Contains 15 stories of animal rescues. All proceeds from the sale of the book will go to Hilltop Animal Sanctuary in Scariff. Johanna, very good morning to you.
Morning, Ellen. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks very much for being with me, and congratulations on the book, which I am currently looking at right in front of me now. Why did you want to write a book about animal rescues or compile one? And we'll get to, there's quite a number of people involved in this.
The reason that I decided to write the book is I met Katrina Lowry, so that all proceeds are going to her sanctuary in East Clare. I met her in 2017 when she was appealing for donations for hay for horses that were along the bypass and in fields left around the county. And so I became friends with her and started donating some funds for the hay. And then in 2018, she put up that she rescued a little pup, and I told her I'd actually get the pup off her. And so that pup was called Seamus. And so I kept in contact with Katrina over the last number of years, and recently she had to buy some land because there were so many rescues, and she inherited some donkeys on the land as the owner passed away. And she, like other rescue centres, are struggling for funds. So I decided the best way to do it was maybe put a book out there. People can understand how much love animals can give, especially rescued animals, and they can also donate to Katrina's sanctuary as well.
I was really struck in the book, Johanna. You detail how invaluable Seamus's companionship and support, and we know how brilliant dogs can be in that regard, was for you with a serious tragedy within your own family.
Yes, my son, I actually got Seamus in 2018, and I always believe animals come into our life for a reason. And so when I got Seamus, I was thinking, God, why is he here? And then tragically, as it is in the book, in June 2019, my youngest son, Damo, was found dead in bed. And I just couldn't believe how much company Seamus gave me, you know. And when I wasn't able with the grief to deal with friends and family, I allowed Seamus into my solitude.
God, I suppose at that moment you've never needed the companionship of a dog and the loyalty and love that they can give you at that moment, which sounds like, Johanna, it came out of nowhere.
Absolutely, it did. And you know, there was nights that I couldn't sleep, and he would just crawl up from the bottom of the bed and he'd put his head on my shoulder and he would just lie there. And I just thought, I don't know where I would be without him. You know, if I went running, he came running with me, along with Molly, my other dog. And if I ate, he ate, and if I went for a walk, he came for a walk. So when I couldn't deal with other people because just my head was just full of grief, they were silent but loyal.
Just looking through the book over the last week or so, Johanna, there's a variety of stories in here featuring, I suppose, a variety of creatures, and different people have written stories, you amongst them. How did you go about, had you written stories before? Did you find they came easy to you? And at what point did you think, I need other stories, and I'm guessing from people who are equally as passionate about animals and their welfare as you and Katrina are?
Yeah, because I'm an animal lover and I was brought up as an animal lover. You know, one of the stories is about my childhood growing up and how my mother and father were very good to animals. And then I had other friends who often talk about their animals. And even in my own job as a counsellor, people will actually tell me how invaluable their pets are. So I put a few emails out. I have some friends in Australia, New Zealand, America, and they came back with some stories. And so I actually took their stories on and compiled a book from them, just to show that it's not just a dog or a cat, it's a chicken. There's a story of a chicken. There's a pig in there. There's donkeys in there, horses in there, and there's sheep in there, all showing how much love they can give to us.
How long did it take to put the book Rescue Tales, Heartwarming Rescue Stories together, Johanna? Because I suppose when you're reaching out to other people, you're dependent on when they can get the stories completed and to you, or were they all set deadlines, or has this been a lengthy process?
It was a couple of months. I actually started putting the feelers out around the end of August, and then around maybe the middle of October, I sent other emails out saying, look, I needed to have it in by the end of October. And then I started compiling the book and getting Katrina's story as well, finishing my own story. And then around the beginning of November, I contacted Real Print to put it together. And then that was completed by Thursday, December the 20th, when I went down to collect the books.
Very good. And the hard work has been turned into something solid, because, as I say, a copy of it is here in my hands at the moment. The proceeds from the book will go towards Hilltop Animal Sanctuary, which I'm sure Katrina and the gang there are very happy about. Because I suppose they rely on good people like yourself doing something, be it shaking buckets or coming up with ideas or initiatives to try and help them financially continue what they're doing there.
It does, of course. All proceeds of the book go to Katrina's. And as I said, lots of sanctuaries are full because people are giving up their dogs, or, they can't get houses where they can bring their pets in, or maybe they're elderly or have died. So the sanctuaries are full, but there is no money. There's no funding there. So anything that helps to feed an animal and take the pressure off the sanctuaries, in my opinion, is great.
Okay, well, hopefully you can raise as much money as possible. Let's help in that regard then. Johanna, where can people find a copy of Rescue Tales?
Okay, you can get a copy out at the Functional Clinic in Westgate Business Park, where I work. You can also text me on 086 082 9907 and I can send it out to you. I work in Kilkee on Wednesdays, so I can meet people in Kilkee or Kilrush, or I can post it out for €15, which includes the postage as well, anywhere in Ireland.
Okay, brilliant stuff. The book is called Rescue Tales, Heartwarming Rescue Stories, When the Rescued Becomes the Rescuer, compiled by your good self, Johanna. Thank you very much for having a chat with us. Hope it all goes very well. And thanks for being with us on the show.
Thanks so much, Ellen, for having me on.
No problem at all. Same to yourself. That's Johanna Treacy there, the compiler of Rescue Tales, and hopefully it'll go a long way to helping Hilltop Animal Sanctuary in Scariff.